Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be talking about how Hasan Piker has made a Nazi argument real. I am definitely fucking pissed off, and I don't really give a shit. So if this is not your thing, you don't want to talk about cracker discourse, you don't want to talk about like anti-white racism or anything like that, kindly fuck off right now. Okay, now that all the people have fucked off, no one cares. No one cares about the word. No one cares. And the few people that do, they're probably fucking memeing. What we care about, or what I care about, is the intent and the use. So by the way, I think racial humor can be fucking great. I think the use of slurs can be hilarious if it's used in an ironic way in order to point out how bigotry is a bad thing. But that's not what's going on. What's going on is people are being unironically just bigoted and using racial slurs against groups that are in power for shits and giggles because they feel like it. Because if you boil down all of the 10-head fucking anthropological books that they're fucking writing about why they should be able to use bigoted terms unironically, it boils down to they just want to use slurs and they don't want to feel guilty about it. That's what it boils down to. So, some people recently, because this discourse has been going on for the better part of 2 to 3 weeks, which, by the way, I've had no control over. I have been working. I've been touching grass. I've been working with family. I've been doing all sorts of other things besides participating in the discourse because I have responsibilities outside of this job. They're telling me to touch grass. They're telling me to touch grass while Hasan Piker literally posted the exact same fucking non-apology video 4 hours ago. So I'm being accused of keeping this discourse alive, but you cunts have been talking about it for 3 weeks, and on top of that, the propagator of the fucking discourse literally released a video on it, asserting all of the same previous dog shit arguments that he's had for the past 3 weeks in another video. So, no, fuck you, this is bullshit, and the only reason why I haven't been able to call it out earlier was because I was touching grass. So guess what? You've had my full attention on fucking Twitter. I temporarily called a ceasefire. Now you have my full attention in a fucking video. So fuck you to everyone who's saying that shit. All right. So this is all relevant. Hasan Piker is the largest political streamer in the Western world. He is literally, by a factor of 3 to 6, depending on how you measure it, larger than any Debate Bro streamer. We all consider Vosh and Destiny the peak of metrics and following and all that kind of stuff, and we all talk about how they stochastically contribute to this, that, the other thing. But somebody who's 3 to 6 times larger is a non-issue? Are you fucking kidding me? After you've been arguing for like stochastic terrorism and stochastic violence against smaller creators by a factor of six or 3, this is where every single argument is falling flat on its fucking ass because you've been making a decade, like seriously, 5 to 10 years of argumentation that you are all of a sudden willing to completely fucking abandon for this niche fucking circumstance so you can be interpersonally fucking bigoted without a hint of irony or humor. By the way, asserting this again, irony or humor, I don't give a fuck about. Nobody cares about it. Say crack it or crackety crack, 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 as long as you want. Put a /S/J at the end of it. My levels of fuck drop to 0. Because guess what? Racial humor can be fucking funny. But on the other hand, literally just attacking people based off of immutable characteristics is fucking stupid, and it's a garbage way to defend yourself. And before you're like, hey Connor, you've used ableist slurs in the past. Why is ableism any different? It's because oftentimes when these ableist slurs or gendered slurs are used, it's relegated to a behavior that is modifiable. So if you call somebody a bitch, they're not being a woman and in a unchangeable kind of way. They're being mean or cruel or weak. Now, maybe it's offensive to women that a feminine assigned slur is associated with these negative attributes. Maybe that's part of the fucking problem. But at the same time, it's a modifiable thing. What are people supposed to do about the melanin content of their fucking skin? And by the way, before you say race is a fucking social construct, yeah, it's a social construct, and social constructs have impact. And not only do they have impact, but on top of that, saying that I'm going to be racist against people for immutable characteristics in order to draw attention to how ridiculous fucking racism is a post hoc rationalization that you're just using to be a fucking 10-head. Just admit it. You want to use bigoted slurs against people that you feel like aren't going to feel the impact, so it's like guilt-free. It's like 0-calorie ice cream. That's what you want. You just want to be a bigoted piece of shit, but you don't want to feel bad about it. Just fucking admit what you're doing, and that would be half of my fucking rage gone. Because you know what? I would at least be like, you know what? You're a fucking piece of shit, but at least you're being honest. But when you do a fucking triple backspring, like the amount of mental gymnastics that leftists are fucking going to is the equivalent of Simone Biles fucking level gymnastics to achieve the ability to say fucking racial slurs. It's fucking absurd. And by the way, if you're like a leftist and you're like, I disagree with this, I think this entire discourse is fucking ass cancer and I resent everybody who's a part of it, but I can't call it out because they're on my side, great. I'll do it for you. Don't fucking worry about it. Even if it's 10 to 20% of the fucking leftists or liberals or progressives, I don't give a shit. I'll call them out for you. So I hope you enjoy this fucking video. Oh my fucking God. So, speaking of which, the silence from fucking progressives and leftists on this is deafening, okay? I'm not going to call out individual creators because, by the way, we all play the fucking clout game. The clout game is you call out bullshit as best you can until it starts affecting your ability to grow. That's the fucking clout game. So guess what? I identify as centrist or center right. Not my fucking house. I can call out the bullshit on your behalf. So you're welcome, fucking leftists, centrists, progressives, and liberal fucking streamers who are like, wow, Hasan's really being a fucking dickhole right now, but I can't call him out because we share fucking bases, and on top of that, I want to use his social clout and his base and all that kind of stuff, and eventually I want to leverage my position into that part of the world so I can be as big as Hasan. Don't worry, I'll do your fucking job for you, okay? I'll fucking get it done for you. And by the way, massive applause to the people who have fucking stood up and said this is bullshit. Massive applause to Wicked fucking Supreme for having based, normal, touch-grassing fucking takes. Massive fucking applause to a rational fucking Chad or a rational fucking Chud who literally played every single thought experiment out for why it's okay to be interpersonally bigoted against people when the clout dynamics and the history of the world fucking play into it. By the way, one of the most genius fucking memes of this entire thing either came out of his community, Supreme's community, or Rose's community, which is, if you're flying to China, at what point is it okay to start being racist to Chinese people on the fucking plane? Because you're going to China, it's majority Han Chinese, they have the power structure, they have the language, they have the power. So at what point, if you were a black American, or even like a Hispanic American, or even a white American, because you're going to a Chinese fucking hegemonic power structure, at what point can you start using CHINK as slurs against people on the fucking on the plane? The answer is never, you fucking idiots. The answer is so obviously fucking never. It doesn't matter level of impact. They might laugh at you. They might say, hey, welcome to China, fuckface. You're gonna have a bad time. But at the same time, it's not appropriate for you to be a piece of shit. Why are you defending this? Why are you doing Simone Biles level fucking triple fucking backspring fucking hand flips? Don't even know fucking gymnastic terms for this bullshit. What are you doing? It's fucking embarrassing. And by the way, before I get like Gayfesh or fucking anybody from Demon Mama or Vosh's community in here and you're like, hey Connor, you're spending too much time and energy and emotion on this, fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. Clean up your own fucking house. Okay? Clean up your own fucking house and I wouldn't have to call this shit out. Clean up your own fucking house and say this is a bad look. Clean up your own fucking house and say this doesn't logically follow. Clean up your own fucking house and say we've had these logic structures for why slurs and interpersonal bigotry contribute to fucking systemic shit, but interpersonal bigotry is still bad and you shouldn't contribute to it, especially if you're looking for allies to join the movement, you fucking idiot. And by the way, here's a sincere reason why I am so fucking livid, is because what happened was I started engaging in leftist spaces. I started engaging in progressive spaces. And they said, you know what, Connor, you need to stop using the R slur, even if you use it in a way when you're not personally intending, shittiness to individual people who have like learning disabilities or whatever. It's still bad and it hurts them and you should slow down and stop, because on an individualistic level, you can't predict how somebody's going to interpret a bigoted term. And as a result, even if you think it's okay, you should slow down. And I said, all right, cool. Same thing with autism as an insult. Same thing with any bigoted language that I used for black people, Hispanic people, whatever, even ironically or humorously. All of that shit I dropped because I said, these are human beings. These are people that I care about. These are people that I interact with. These are people who I have pseudo-professional relationships with. I don't want to hurt their fucking feelings because I care about them as people. So even if I'm being ironic by using bigoted slurs, I'm going to stop. And guess what this entire fucking discourse has done? It's proven that it's not being reciprocated. It's not being reciprocated. Again, for the fifth fucking time, nobody gives a shit about the individual word, and nobody gives a shit about it being used ironically or fucking within humor. They literally just care about you using bigoted slurs against individuals where there's no context for it to be ironic or humorous. That's all we care about. So stop with the fucking mental gymnastics. Stop with the backwards handsprings. And for the love of God, all of the logic and arguments that you've used for the past 5 to fucking 10 years, reapply them to this fucking discourse and tell me how you're not being a hypocrite. Seriously. And it's not just an appeal to hypocrisy. By the way, slowing down a little bit. Hypocrisy is important, you dumb fucks. Whether or not you're able to live a principled value set is important, you absolute fucking buffoons. I don't know where this argumentation fucking came from in leftist fucking circles. Maybe it came as a result of like, almost use a bigoted term myself, incorrectly applying consequentialism in a stupid fucking way. But guess what, you stupid fucking cunts? If you set up a new paradigm for the way that the world should be, and you can't live that principled ideology, or if you can't set it up in a way where everybody can live that principled ideology, or if your principled fucking ideology is counterproductive to the point that once you set it up, it explodes in your fucking face, that is completely relevant. Like philosophical consistency and whether or not people can adapt to the fucking solution or rhetoric that you're proposing is completely relevant to the fucking conversation. Drop that shit. That is fucking ass cancer. Now, since I'm fucking raged out, let's check my bullet points, see how we're fucking doing. So let's go ahead and break apart the fucking arguments that are so goddamn dumb. Etymology? Everybody has blown this the fuck out. The F slur is a bundle of sticks etymologically, and it was not used to burn gay people. That is a post hoc made up rationalization. It was meant to be burdensome, and originally it was a gendered slur for women because they were difficult to bear. Okay? So if I went to the etymological root and I say the F slur is just a bundle of sticks, why are you upset, bro? Do I sound like a 12-year-old on Xbox trying to justify why I can say bad words? I do. So the etymological root is blown the fuck out. Same thing with black, the N-word particular, which is etymologically rooted into black in Latin. Bro, I'm just saying it because it's black in Latin. Why are you so ass mad? Does the etymological root hold any water whatsoever? No, it doesn't. So fuck off. That point is stupid. And the fact that Hasan said this to tens of thousands of teenagers is a disgusting abuse of platform. It's a disgusting abuse of his clout as a fucking human being that is ostensibly leftist. So shut the fuck up with etymological fucking things. Okay, power structures. We blew this out with the Chinese example. At what point can a black or Hispanic person or an American who's flying to mainland China, where it's like 99% fucking Han Chinese, at what point can they start using anti-Asian fucking slurs? The answer is never. So the power fucking system argument dies. Shut the fuck up. There's a difference between systemic racism and interpersonal racism, and interpersonal racism is actually still bad, you stupid fucks. And for the 6th time, maybe the 10th time, maybe the 1000th time that I've fucking said this, in general, is, oh my God, nobody cares about the word. No one is saying it's as bad as the N-word. No one is saying that, except for maybe, I've never seen it, I'm just assuming that there are people who have sub-zero IQs in the DGG community who may have made that fucking argument. But besides that, I haven't fucking seen it. You're accusing other people of making a big deal about an argumentation while you have been jousting fucking windmills for a month. You absolute dishonest, logically inconsistent pieces of shit. Fuck. This feels cathartic. Here's some other awesome arguments that I've seen 300 fucking times on the internet. It doesn't personally offend me. So if Candace Owens says the N-word doesn't personally offend me, it's good. Good. Everybody can say the N-word because it doesn't personally offend Candace Owens. What if Blair White says that Tranny doesn't offend her? Oh, I guess it's good now. You fucking buffoons. Why are you saying this to me? And why are you acting like you're so fucking smart? Like you figured out the fucking logic shit. You haven't figured out shit. You haven't thought about your position. You're a fucking idiot. You're showing your ass online and you're acting like I'm showing my fucking ass. Are you kidding me? You are using 2014 gamer bro fucking arguments badly and arguing for a fucking new world order? That is stupid. Why can you be interpersonally bigoted without a hint of irony or humor? Why are you entitled to this? Why are you fighting so hard for it? And when people like me tell you to shut the fuck up, you're being a piece of shit and you're creating Nazi fucking rocket fuel, why aren't you saying, oh, I never thought about it that way before? I'll stop doing that. Could have squashed it 3 weeks ago. Could have squashed it 3 fucking weeks ago, but you fought and you fought and you fought and you fought for this stupid fucking perspective that needs to be beaten to death. So that's what I'm hoping to do right here. I'm hoping that you are already so sick of this fucking discourse that this video is the one that beats this fucking horse to death. The concept of reciprocity. What you do to me, I can do to you. This is how human beings work, especially when they're in a tribe. So, if we're fighting for an egalitarian world in which interpersonal bigotry without irony or humor is bad, don't do it to me. Because one of the temptations of this entire discourse was to go back to 2015, 2016, Connor, and say, you know what? I'm just going to tweet the fucking N-word and watch people freak out. I'm just going to tweet like homophobic or transphobic slurs. And when they fucking get mad at me, I'm literally just going to copy and paste their arguments beneath me. Number one, those are terms of service violations. Number two, like, obviously people are going to be crazy fucking upset because I've built my fucking reputation based off of being understanding and trying to be good faith and all that kind of stuff. So 20% of the dumb fucks on the internet are going to ruin my relationship with 80% of the fucking people that I give a shit about. And then finally, not only that, I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to 2014 Connor. I don't want to go back to 2015 Connor where I was saying it's just a joke, bro, get the fuck over it. I don't want to go back to saying the N-word or the R slur or the T slur or anything like that. Ironically or humorously or without irony or humor just to get a rise out of people. I'm trying to make a better fucking world, you goddamn pieces of shit. And when people make excuses to drag us back rhetorically or politically, it's fucking disgusting. Especially when these are the people who supposedly care about everything that we're talking about. That's why I'm so fucking mad. It feels like a goddamn betrayal of all of the rhetoric that I've ingested and passed on to other conservatives and other libertarians and other fucking right-wingers. And I'm like, hey, listen, not everybody on this fucking side of the aisle is a fucking asshole. Some of them have good arguments and you should listen to them. It feels like an absolute fucking betrayal. And not only does it feel like an absolute fucking betrayal, why the fuck would I trust you going forward? Why would I trust you? Why would I trust your rhetoric? Why would I trust your perspectives? Why would I trust your logic when you can't hold yourself to the same fucking standards? Fuck you. To the 80% of people who aren't being pieces of shit, I fucking love you. But to the 20%, you're a fucking piece of shit and you can fuck right off. So, white people, I know it's a social construct, but it still impacts our world, you absolute fucking idiots who can't keep your own argumentation in line, are experiencing demographic anxiety. We're not having as many babies. The entire world isn't having as many babies. And on top of that, there's a shitload of people who are coming into Western-dominated fucking countries, white, European fucking dominated fucking countries at an alarming rate. Okay? Mass immigration. It doesn't even matter if you racialize it. Immigration is still alarming at the rates that we're seeing, okay? Demographic change is alarming at the fucking rates that we see it. So, what Nazis have done is they've said, we can't allow demographic change to occur at such a fast rate or at all. Because what's going to happen is when white people are the fucking minority, they're going to get treated like shit. This is known as the little Timmy argument. How are Hasan Piker and Hasan Piker stands and people who are making apologia not making this real? How are you not taking a Nazi talking point about demographic change and making it fucking real by invoking systemic racism in order to justify interpersonal bigotry? You're literally taking the little Timmy argument and you're making it real, and fuck you for doing that. Literally fuck you. This is the easiest kindergarten morality shit that I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Not, hey, was his grandfather a fucking racist? Oh, I get to treat him like shit now. It's wild that I have to explain this to people who are either coming into adulthood or are already adults. It's wild that the most popular fucking person in the political space, as far as fucking Twitch streaming goes, thinks this is a responsible use of his platform. It's wild that he is not being absolutely fucking bombarded by everybody around him. It's gross. Fuck you. Okay. People reached out and they said, hey, Connor, it's the holidays. You need to chill the fuck out. And they were right. I deleted 80% of my fucking tweets. That way I would stop getting replies from fucking assholes. I literally chilled the fuck out. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let this die. It feels like it's dying. 4 hours ago, maybe 5 now, Hasan literally makes a non-apology video asserting all of the points that we've just debunked right now. I'm not keeping this discourse alive. I'm ready to fucking move on. I'm ready to say 80% of fucking progressives and leftists are probably okay, and they're being silent because they can't attack their fellow travelers. 20% of them are absolute dog shit fucking human beings who I will aggressively fight going forward. I'm ready to fucking say that. But if this discourse continues to be reasserted by the most powerful and the richest fucking streamer in the Western world, you better goddamn believe I'm gonna have some shit to say about it. And if that's exhausting for you, tune the fuck out. Literally, unsubscribe right now, or only stay for the Warhammer or media reactions, or stay for the fucking panel debates. I'm not doing it. I'm not letting dumb fuck, loud, idiot fucking progressives and leftists create Nazi fucking rocket fuel because they're intellectually lazy pieces of shit. And I'm not going to be silent about it. So if you want to get up off your fucking ass as a liberal or a libertarian or a progressive or a fucking leftist, and you want to call this fucking shit out, I invite you to fucking do so. If not, I'll do it by my fucking self. I don't fucking need you. I'll be the one person saying, hey, the richest, most powerful, the most influential fucking Twitch streamer should not literally be advocating for interpersonal bigotry unironically to his fucking audience. Amazing fucking hot take. I know. Mind-blowing that I came up with that fucking logic myself. Pieces of shit. Final point. Hasan Piker's a fucking pussy. He's a fucking pussy. Because if he had any of the fucking conviction that he did related to his fucking beliefs that he espouses to tens of thousands of young people every fucking day, he would have the balls to back it up to somebody with an IQ above that of a fucking goldfish. But he won't. He won't talk to Vosh. He won't talk to Destiny. He won't talk to fucking me. Not that I fucking need a debate with this fucking clown. But he won't talk to anybody with an IQ higher than that of a fucking goldfish because he would get blown the fuck out. All of this argumentation would fall apart with a stiff fucking breeze. All of it would fall apart like wet fucking tissue paper in your goddamn hand because it's bullshit, it's evil, it's fucking stupid, and it requires the thoughtfulness, again, of a fucking animal that forgets things 5 seconds after they happen. Which, by the way, that's how I feel about the 20% of the fucking people who have been using these fucking talking points. That's exactly how I feel about you. You want to talk about dehumanizing fucking language? I think you're a fucking goldfish. I think you forgot about the past 5 to fucking 10 years of anti-racist fucking advocacy and progressive bullshit that has happened on the fucking left that even got some centrists and moderates to reconsider their fucking positions, such as myself. And the fact that you are silent while this shit is going down is embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. It's a, you know, I'll tell you real. I'll tell you the fucking real. It's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to me that I've gone to the right wing. It's embarrassing to me that I've gone to fucking centrists and moderates and I've said, hey, these people aren't a bunch of fucking anti-white racist fucking clowns, and maybe they have some points about systemic racism. Maybe they have some points about fucking demographic shifts and fucking birth rates and this, that, the fucking other. And you need to listen to them so we can understand each other so we can build a fucking better world. And then meanwhile, right in my fucking back, I get a fucking dagger that has said, ha 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 ha, let's be interpersonally bigoted to fucking white people because of fucking systemic racism to justify interpersonal racism. Fuck you. fuck you. And anybody who defends that or does apologia for it, fuck you too. You're all pieces of shit. And basically, I don't want to fucking hear from you. I literally don't want to fucking hear from you. I don't want to hear from you unless you're willing to reconsider your fucking position and move off of it. Because if I get apologia in my fucking comment section, you'll get fucking banned. I don't give a shit. I don't need somebody who's going to do fucking Simone Biles level fucking gymnastics to justify interpersonal fucking bigotry. I don't fucking need you. I don't want you. You're a piece of shit and you can fuck off. And I'll see you at the next fucking fight. And you know what's going to happen? Do you know what's going to be embarrassing for you? Is the person you're simping for can't even defend his goddamn ideas in a public forum because they're such dog shit that with the slightest bit of fucking scrutiny, they fall apart. So, you don't like that I spent this much time and energy and passion on a fucking subject that you don't give a shit about? I don't like that you're fucking simping for a piece of shit whose fucking ideology and fucking perspectives fall apart under the lightest bit of fucking scrutiny and justify interpersonal fucking bigotry. So fuck you and fuck him. Bye.